Cooperative learning makes teaching a pleasure for teachers and learning enjoyable for students. This means a lot. In terms of students, there are two important things we should understand. The first is that students regularly ask, "Why do I need to learn this? Do I learn this only for passing exams? Are scores the only thing that matters in life?" Secondly, during the learning process, difficulties and frustrations happen and become a deep pain inside the student's heart. Students may dislike going to school because they feel what they learn is irrelevant to them. After today's sharing, I think there are answers to those two important things. During this kind of process, students slowly develop their strategies and methods. Through this kind of instructional mode, students have motivation to learn and become more engaged in school activities. At first, I was ready to quit school. It was cooperative learning that saved me. My mentor touched my heart. He spent time with me after class and even during lunch break. He's determined to ensure I understand what teachers said. After I got better grades, I became a mentor. I treat my apprentice the same way. For me, cooperative learning gives students like me hope and a chance to turn our lives around. Previously, when teachers asked questions, I couldn't answer. However, now, I'd like to try to answer questions. Even when teachers didn't ask me questions, if I found some mistakes or problems, I'd like to speak up. I felt a sense of achievement. I like to learn this way. In each group, there's a classmate who doesn't know what to do and another classmate who knows what to do. The advantage is we can discuss and cooperate. You need to follow the order and can't speak too loudly.
Because everyone is involved in discussions, learning becomes easier and we are more familiar with the content. Once you understand, you can teach and help others. At the same time, you are reviewing the lesson. Cooperative learning matches the deepest craving goal of every teacher, and the goal is to lift up every child. What one teacher can do in a class is limited. We can use cooperative learning. There are many different strategies, all focus on mutual support and help. I teach you when you need help, you teach me when I need help, and we learn and explore together.
After participating in the Cooperative Learning Project, we made some social skills indicators for our classroom. It could be in the forms of cards or worksheets. We revised them over time through the teaching process. So, what is shown here is the result of constant improvements. Teachers thus have chances to improve professionally.
I feel cooperative learning is the core. Please look at your tablets. I'll send this image to you. I want you to discuss it with each other. You can fill in some words in the middle or at the end of the driving speed. I already explained this inequality symbol. I'm going to say it again. X is less than or equal to 110. Okay? You have 2 minutes. Start. Technology helps me send assignments quickly, and students can upload directly when they are done. In the meantime, the file is saved. Being familiar with cooperative learning is a precondition. The atmosphere of the classroom is all right, and then it's quick to add this thing. For me, the biggest benefit of competitions is that it helps the students improve rapidly and pushes them forward.
Students have some social skills and constantly improve them. As mentioned previously, these social skills are basic ones. For example, don't walk around during class, or don't touch others without their permission. Before using the checklist, he did explain to his students. Because students are no longer children, he will explain it logically to them. He asked why we need a checklist. Because it is useful for us. Through the reunion workshop, it reminds me of incorporating reflection into the design of learning activities. Group interaction is much more helpful for students during cooperation. During the group discussion in the afternoon, there were colleagues from different schools in each group. They talked about the problems they encounter when conducting cooperative learning. We can share how we solved problems.
Through conversation with colleagues, we found out some problems. Also, through these conversations, we tried to solve problems on our own. And in my class, I often adopt this approach. My students find questions and try to solve them through their own conversation. Even when teachers are trained, when it comes to actual implementation, there still may be some concerns. The purpose we come to school is to support and encourage teachers and discuss their concerns with them. When facing difficulties, we will find out the solutions together.
My job is to understand the condition of students' interaction. For example, the probable reason that causes bad interaction. Hence, I'll discuss the issue with them after the classroom observation.
Usually asking teachers to open their classes, especially to people off campus, they feel great pressure. However, it gives teachers a stage too, when teachers from all over come to observe your teaching. Teachers need both the stage and the support. We started from within the school and moved to expert teachers, from mock classes to open classes within the school, and finally open to the city. We prepared for this step by step as if we were climbing to the champion seat.
For opening my class to other teachers, or to observe other teachers' classes, we may rethink our habits. Through watching how others teach, we may obtain new ideas. With these, we can have more possibilities and add more elements to our teaching. I found that in American classrooms, there's a tag of each group. Group members can add or subtract scores of the group or individuals on that tag. Then teachers don't need to keep records of each group's score. It saves much time for the teacher during class. Actually, teachers couldn't speak up at the time due to the language problem. However, after coming back from the US, I thought maybe for some students in our school, what I said during class was like a foreign language to them. They didn't understand what you were talking about at all. You asked them a question, but they couldn't answer the question at all. That's what I thought after my experience in the US. The Director General wants to use this. For example, after listening to a lecture, if during the subsequent discussion or Q&A session, none of the teachers in the audience raise their hand, if the teachers themselves are like this, how can we hope that our students will change?
emphasize the 3 categories and 9 core competencies, including autonomous action, communication and interaction, and social participation. This is critical to realizing a proactive, interactive, holistically positive learning environment. Teachers who are new to cooperative learning, we recommend that you first implement mastery learning strategies appropriate to your teaching material, or emphasize cooperative inquiry learning strategies. For professional educators with many years of experience in cooperative learning, we strongly recommend that you employ differentiated instruction. Of course, you'll also need to integrate learning strategy guidance. As for teachers who are familiar with exploratory cooperative learning, we recommend that you adopt multidisciplinary project-based learning. This approach not only integrates knowledge across multiple disciplines, but also emphasizes student problem-solving skills. All these 4 directions can be assisted by technology and should be the practice of core competencies. Cooperative learning is something that must be worked at in order to accumulate quantitative changes to generate qualitative change. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a worthy education endeavor.